Hello, AI advanced course friends and others who are watching this. Blake and I wanted to hop on and do a quick video because in this world, things are changing constantly. And there was a pretty big shift that happened yesterday as OpenAI did a demonstration of their newest model, Chat GPT-O. Little confusing that it's not 4.0. It's just O as in Omni is what it stands for, and has really changed, I think, some ways you might think about which tool to use. If you've been using Claude, which has been very, very good, the free version, or Gemini or these others, and perhaps you've moved on from ChatGPT 3.5, you still want to remain a free version user, now's a great time to come back to ChatGPT-4o for Omni, because it is surpassing 4, and it's free and has some new features that were not available in 3.5. And we'll talk through some of that. It's a big shift, Blake. And I think it's rolling out. So not everyone's going to have it at the time of this recording. Even some of the features that are coming out for those who pay for 4, whatever, pro version or whatever we call that. I'm still looking for some of those to come to release to us. So anyway, what feature are you most excited about that for those who are free get access to this?
Yeah, and I want to be clear here that supposedly those who are free aren't going to get access to it. That's what they say in the announcement. We had some staff members. We said, hey, you don't have the paid subscription. Can you please try to use it to verify? They don't have access. I tried using a incognito browser to log in, and it doesn't show. So I don't know if like Scott said, it's probably rollout. I don't know, but I just want to be very clear that we're basing the assumption that what they say is going to happen soon.
Sure.
But we're not seeing it yet. So just keep an eye on it, use it. But I would say, to answer your question, Scott, the thing that I really utilize on GPT-4 currently that would be a great thing if for Omni becomes available is the talk feature, which, Scott, you're actually the one that really got me using this more often because you were using it a lot, but the headset feature to be able to have dialogue and conversation. And then secondly, it would be the access to GPTs, which again, supposedly you're going to get access to for free. I don't know yet. I'm a heavy utilizer of GPTs. I build them myself for just about every task. So I want to say that to say, I clarify, I don't know if the supposed access means you can utilize GPTs or you can also build your own like we're able to do on 4.0. I don't know. But Scott, well, I'll put the question back on you. What do you think is, what's something that you would be excited for those? I'll say Scott sent me a meme that said friends don't let friends use GPT 3.5. And we both got a chuckle out of that because I kind of agree with that in some fun ways. What are those things that you don't let your friends use 3.5 because you enjoy 4.0, hopefully Omni because of?
One of the features I've liked about 4 is I feel like the results are so much better than 3.5, and you're going to get access to that as a free account. That's amazing to me. Access to GPTs, like you said, I think that's huge. Even if you don't get to create them, even if you just get access to what's already been created, those are, I find, really helpful. I've got like 10, and I go back and forth to use different ones. I think that's really exciting. Like you said, voice and vision. I played around with the image creation today. It's better.
Yeah.
Perfect? No. But the letters have finally gotten fairly usable. Before you'd say, make me an image of a happy birthday card, and like half the letters would be correct. Now, I did this earlier today, and all the letters were correct most of the time. You got to add an extra I, forget a letter. But for the most part, much more usable, the image part of that. The audio, yes, the desktop app that's supposedly coming for Mac and then Windows, I think is going to be pretty amazing to have conversation. Hey, what are you seeing on my screen? There's also a feature they demonstrated, but I haven't seen in the release, where you can kind of a live version of it where it's seeing what you're doing. Like they were playing paper, rock, scissors, and they could say who won and it would tell. And I could see that being pretty amazing. So that's some of the things. I think the question is out. If you've been paying for 4, should you stop paying for 4 and just go with Omni once it's released? And I think in some cases, if you're not a heavy user, that may actually work.
Yeah.
Right. If you're not wanting to create GPTs, but you get the voice, you get the image creation, you get the much faster, much better responses, it may make sense to go backwards to a freaking, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's some of the things that I'm pretty excited about. I'm looking at my notes over here because I feel like I'm leaving something out. Pretty big.
I would say that this, for our course specifically, the thing that we have been the thing that would be helpful for those in the workshop is simply the access to the drag and drop file feature, to be able to drop documents, because so much of what I've talked about in the previous 2 lessons is the ability to use that multi-reference capability of LLMs to say, I have a Word doc here. I want you to take the information from this Word doc and then optimize the information from this Word doc, and you just drag and drop. Whereas if you're on 3.5, if you've watched the lesson 2 so far, I walk you through, all right, well, 3.4, you can do it still. You don't need to pay for it. You just got to open the document, select all, copy, paste it in, specify this is where the document begins, copy the other one in, paste it. It's totally doable, but that would be very, very nice. So what we've continually said is
efficiency.
All about efficiency. Precisely. So if you get access to that feature, that's going to be amazing. But I still stand by, Scott, what we've said this entire time, which is if you don't find yourself needing the utilization of the paid features, don't pay. Just use what you can. It's very capable. But I will say, if you're going to get the thing about 4 versus 3.5 is 4 slower, it's more thorough. I've noticed using 4 Omni, it is just as fast as 3.5 with those extra results. I don't see, and this is why I was very surprised when they said it's going to be accessible, because it makes me wonder, is 5 right around the corner? And that's why they're going ahead and getting people addicted to 4 Omni, so that when 5 comes out, they say, oh, well, I need to now pay. I don't know. I can only speculate and guess, but I would say if what they're saying is true, absolutely you should be with free on 4 Omni. But I will just say the last thing is a lot of the thought leaders, Scott and I were just kind of laughing at this, a lot of the thought leaders that Scott and I follow that are just kind of influencers who have the capability to live in this world all the time, like I wish we could, are kind of insinuating that because the Google I/O is going on right now, one of Google's big tech announcements, it kind of feels like to a lot of people, because Google was just about to have their event, Chat GPT or OpenAI just kind of said, oh, let's just go ahead and throw something in there right before their event so that people are talking about us instead of Google. So this might be a power play. It might be kind of just...
that would explain the rollout part of this as well, though, right? Is to say, hey, it's here, but it's not.
Yeah. We don't have 5 yet, but let's tease everybody to kind of get ahead of Google a little bit. Well, it's pretty clever, I guess, but I don't really know.
So my suggestion is if you're already using 4, you're going to see a difference in terms of speed. And if you are not using ChatGPT 3.5, you're staying a paid user, watch for this. Once you find it, it's worth playing with to see if it's going to give you results, because it's all about the results, right? That's where we're at, is making sure you get the results that's helpful and going to expedite the administrative tasks you're doing in ministry. I just want to say another word of thanks for everybody in their engagement in Slack. And I really enjoyed seeing their work and how seriously they're taking it. It's been fun for me to see, and look forward to our live sessions.
Agreed. Well, I'll give a quick recap, and then Scott, can I show something fun that I discovered this morning on Omni? Because that's why we're here. Basically, I just asked Chat GPT-4 Omni, what makes you different? And it was very, I'm not going to say it was boring, but it was just very much things that were a little nebulous, like more advanced multimodal capabilities. Okay, great. I can't really define that, though. And enhanced context understanding, that's a big one. But I can't really point to, hey, look at this cool new feature, because it's more of the same kind of thing, which is why I guess Scott and I were here sort of saying, cool, if it's free, definitely use it, but it's not, I can't say, wow, look at this amazing thing that just happened. But enhanced context, increased efficiency, that could mean a lot of things. But that's the speed, essentially higher accuracy, reliability, better customization, improved integration, user-friendly features. like the ability to have that live view.
I can't wait for that. I kind of play with that every once in a while. I was trying to fix something in my house last night, an appliance, took a picture of it. What is this? I just asked what it is. It knew exactly what it was.
Yeah.
How can I fix this? It didn't quite solve it, but it got me to the answer.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I would not have figured it out.
Right.
So,
isn't that the whole point of this, though? It's not, again, it didn't fix it, didn't quite get, but it got you there.
Hey,
that is such a good example, Scott. That's such a good example of what
why was it the appliance? There was a
That's it. That's what. Yeah,
he was happy.
Perfect. That is perfect. Well, let me show you very briefly what I discovered this morning, because I think it was pretty cool. It could be that GPT-4 was already doing this, but I tried it with GPT-4 and it didn't work. Now, maybe this was a part of the memory feature that they announced right before we started this course. But I was sitting there getting ready for work this morning and just thought, okay, I need to write out sort of the tasks in my brain that I need to get done today. And I put it in there, and I just type something random here, but I'll put another of, say, I don't know, buy lunch. How about that? And because I wanted to just stick it in there so that throughout the day I could then go, okay, hey, that thing I did, can you expand on that and make a step-by-step plan for me just to break down my ADHD brain to help? And I hit enter, and it said memory updated.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
And I said, now wait, I said to it, wait a second.
You didn't say commit.
I didn't say that. I didn't say memory. So I said to it, okay, you just said memory updated. Why? What does that mean in this context? And how can that benefit me? Let's see if it says the same thing. It means that I've added or updated information about your tasks and preference to better assist you in the future. So efficiency, personalization. What I followed up with then is I said, does this mean that I can use you as a task list? So you can be my personal assistant, and I can say, check off that item. And it said yes. And I used it throughout the day. And I'll be honest, I spent a solid 2 hours in the evenings in my hotel room at General Conference trying to set up an API connection between Chat GPT-4 and Trello and Asana to see if I could get this exact feature.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's new to Omni or if this is new to the memory function, because they released them so close together that I did these tests before the memory function. I'm not sure which, but either way, I'm going to be using this. This is pretty great. So now my task list, I can say to it, task 1, please break that down into its component parts.
That's really helpful. I always find I do better when my tasks are really lined out step by step. So that's really helpful features to say, I've got to do this thing, and I know there's lots of steps involved, but I'm overwhelmed in it. So just help me break down the steps.
Yes.
That's a really helpful feature I hadn't thought of. But then to be able to say, all right, check that part off, check that part off.
And that's what it did. And it actually regenerated the list with a strike through of the ones that I checked off. Which
so you
it felt like I accomplished things. It was great.
Well, you could, a scenario is you do that in the morning, you're on the road later that afternoon. Hey, what's my task list for today?
That's it.
And it's going to be able to do that. I mean, it's getting more and more like agents. Well, eventually we're going to have these AI agents. And I think that's what the Google I.O. is trying to get at event as well. We're going to get there. We're
going to get there fast, very soon.
Yeah. And that's why we're making this video. These things are changing every day. And, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. This is supposed to be a short, quick video of just, hey, this is new. We thought we would tell you in case you didn't hear, and if you're listening to us. So anyway,
here's what we know.
Yeah.
It's great. Good luck, everybody. Keep checking. Check GPT on a free account. If you're not paying for it, just see if it's there. Let us know too. If you see it and it appears, please send us a message, because in our tests, as I'm asking my wife, can you try to log in on your free account, see if it, no, it's not. Okay, well, so if you try and it seems like they're doing a slow rollout, let us know. Just engage with us in Slack. We're just glad you're here. Yep. All right.
Anybody, talk to you soon.
See you in Slack.